alcohol played a part of my life. My father was an alcoholic, and it was customary for our family. I think it's much more so then, perhaps, than it is today, that everybody would have a drink before dinner, and would include any sort of adult members of the family, and maybe it was 2 drinks. And so alcohol was just sort of part of my life, and it continued in my first marriage, and really wasn't a significant issue for a very considerable period of time, until I hit some crisis points with my work that I was doing as a judge, traveling across the country, dealing with home issues, and I was away most of the time for about 4 years. And then I realized that alcohol had really taken a hold of me at that point. Judging is sort of like being on stage, I guess, is the best. And I've done a fair bit of acting, so I knew the feeling. So I recognized that if I was going to continue my work, that I had to do it sober. And so I was sober when I was doing it, but no doubt the consumption of alcohol, perhaps after the sitting all day, would have an impact. It might have an impact on how well or how quickly you can produce a judgment, for instance. But, and so I got to the point, to really get to your question, I got to the point where I realized that if I continued the way I was, that I would lose everything. And that at some point somebody would say, you know, you can't go into the courtroom. And so all of a sudden you're no longer a judge, and you no longer have all the benefits that go with it. So that was a huge incentive to have me stop, but I wasn't sure how to get at it. And then finally, through the assistance of the rehab doctor, I went to home, and I was in hospital here at one point because I thought that would do it, go in and dry out for a few days. Well, the doctor in the hospital was very good, and he just said, this is just a temporary cure. It's not a cure, it's just a temporary stop. So I tried for numerous occasions to stop, but realized eventually that I wasn't in control of the situation. Think ahead to 20 years, I probably would have thought I'll be lucky if I'm still alive at that point, and when I was dealing with reality. As far as where I am today, I am almost 80, and I'm very active. I enjoy life to the fullest at all times. If I'm not busy, I'm not so happy. But other than that, the promises which everybody knows who goes to AA, I focused on those, and I thought if the promises can come true for me, then this whole thing has been worthwhile. I don't, financial control, personal control, self-control, it all came about, and the promises came true. And I kept looking back sort of several years afterwards and saying, there's the key, because I never thought the promises could come true. I never thought I'd have total control over my financial situation. I was lucky because I had a job which was for life, so not many people have that option, but I had that. But I was going to lose it if I didn't stop drinking. But once I got that under control, I've always been involved in many things besides my job, and so I just expanded on that. And whether or not I could have dreamed of having this, I don't know, but because I've stopped drinking, it's all happened, I'll put it that way, and allowed me to expand on what I had before, so that I'm very, very, very pleased with my life and the turns it's taken.